Your raw power and charisma has all eyes on you. Many people are trying to study you. They're trying to study your energy. They're trying to study how they can either get close to you or how they can embody your energy. You may have found in the past that sometimes people do not make an attempt to either talk to you or get to know you. Some people may decide to just, I don't know, in some cases I feel like even if you do know certain people, they may not invite you out to certain events. And you could be quite baffled about this. And one of the reasons why these individuals operate in this energy is because they feel threatened by your energy. You know, they see your light, they value your intelligence, but at the same time, they are scared of it because they feel like if they are out and about with you, the same way in which they view you, they know that other people, and the thing is, it's not a thing of knowing that other people will view you in the same way, because everyone has their own opinion about, you know, a person or a situation. But because this individual places you in a high position, they just become very insecure about your essence. You know, they may feel like you have a very high intellect and you are a great conversationalist. So they equal that to, okay, if I bring them out to a certain event, everyone may want to talk to them, which means that they're going to get all the attention. People are going to value their intelligence, and people may feel as if I'm not as equally as intelligent as them, and I'm going to look some type of way, and people are going to be praising them or gravitating towards them. Whatever the case is, they really study your energy for some of you. For others of you, this individual tries to understand why they are so drawn to you. You know, they constantly think about you. They analyze and go over maybe messages that you both shared, and they try and point out indications within these messages to suggest that you have romantic feelings for them, because they see you in such a high light and they compare their energy to yours, and they feel quite dull in comparison to you. They feel as if you are a live wire. They feel as if you are exciting, confident, everything that they feel that they're not. And because you may associate with this individual or individuals that feel this way inclined, right? Because picking up on numerous energies, they may feel like to be seen in the same light as you, they have to align with you, because they see you as something that's missing in their life, you know, and there's nothing wrong in that, in a sense, anyway. But I feel like this person could be very reserved, very shy, and there's nothing wrong in that as well, because I'm in real life, guys, like, trust me, I don't talk this much, but I'm very reserved in real life. It's only when I'm around my sisters or like my partner, and I start talking a lot, do you know what I mean? Or even my children, I can talk their ears off, trust me. But in general, and when I say my partner, I mean like when I was in a relationship, I would just be talking. And even before he got with me, he was just like, I thought you was a shy woman. You know, I was like, He's like, I thought you were a shy girl. Like, because obviously you're not going to show your true personality when you're on road, are you? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, you could be, you know, this person could be very reserved and shy, introvert, and they see you as everything that they want to be. But like I said, there's nothing wrong in that, but this individual has become very consumed with your energy, feeling like they own your energy. And, you know, you give this person a lot of power, you know, and you boost their energy, and being seen with you is a boost to their ego, to the point whereby they may subconsciously do things to usher, I'm hearing like usher people away from you. It's like they try and gatekeep you, try and gatekeep your energy, because it's like they're feeding off your energy. Your energy gives them a lot of power. And by being seen with you, they want people to view them as someone that is powerful and dynamic and, someone with this raw energy. And it ain't that type of party. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It ain't that type of party. They don't want you to move away. So they may smother you with their energy. And part of the reason why they may come on so strong is because, and this could be done in the spiritual more so, it could be overt. You may find that this person's always around. They always want to speak to you. They always want to meet up. Whatever the case is, right? Always want to call you on the phone, always texting you. And it could become a little bit, you may find that it's a bit too much. And it could throw you off certain time. Like certain time you might just be chilling on your own, and just winding down or with your friends or whatever. And then they're just constantly texting you. And it's almost as if they feel like they have leverage over your life because you opened them up into maybe parts of your life, and they position themselves as your, say, best friend or partner. There's something of that sort where they made room for themselves. They didn't necessarily, like, if you look back on the situation, you could actually see that, hold on a minute, how did we even get here? For some of you, and I'm picking up someone trying to run away from someone. It could be numerous people that are just chasing your energy, and energetically you're trying to escape, but you feel stagnant and stuck. And this is how these people want you to be, because they fear, the reason why they're in this energy, right, is because they fear that you're going to move away. And for some of you, you could actually be detaching from this individuals, and they fear this ending with the Ten of Swords in the reverse. They don't want there to be an ending, but this situation, I done a video yesterday about people are noticing that this person's obsessed with you. So this really could be like part 2, but people are starting to judge maybe the situation with you and them, or judge this person's fixation on you. Or you could be judging this individual. Maybe you feel to yourself, you're trying to take this friendship or situation into something that it's not, because you may find that this person tries to nitpick in regards to every detail of your life. Oh, you should do this, you should do that. Like they're trying to be, like your manager, and you didn't ask for one. They're trying to dictate what you should do and what you shouldn't do, or you feel obligated, or you may have felt, hopefully you don't, may have felt obligated to run situations through them first. That's fine if you got like a friend and you want to discuss, oh, what do you think about this? But this person has positioned themselves in your life whereby, they are the ones to decide what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And if they don't approve of it, then you can't do it. Whether or not that will send in words, that's the energy that they give off to you, because subconsciously they are acting as if, and I feel this person could be jealous of you as well, for some of you, right? Because they envy your power, they envy your leadership, right? And because of this, they are attracted to you as well, okay? But at the same time, because I'm picking up on this specific energy, there's other energies here, but this specific energy, I feel like they are unaware that they are envious of you, because they envy the fact that you are independent, right? So they may want to try and keep you codependent. Remember, they are the ones that are trying to feed off your energy, but they will manipulate the situation with you and make you feel like you need them, when all along you are the powerhouse in this dynamic. But they may have made you feel like you needed them, so you're running things by them. Remember, they position themselves in your life. This person's very strategic. They analyze you, and they analyze what's lacking in your life. And that's why I always say to you, butterflies, don't let people know your weaknesses, especially manipulative people like this. And pick up on energies of people that are highly fixated in your life, that are always around, that's always texting you, that's always calling you. That's indication that this person wants to control you in some way. Because by them calling you all the time and texting you, they're basically saying they don't want to leave room for you to connect with other people. They are sliding themselves in your life so that you can only focus on them. They want to be the center of your world. That's a red flag. And I feel like the reason why I say this person is jealous of you is because even though they may have romantic feelings for you, for this first half of the reading, they are jealous of the attention that you get. And when you get a certain amount of attention, they feel like, oh, I don't get that type of attention. Yeah, because they're aligning with you to get that attention. And when they don't get the attention, they're shocked. Because as the saying goes, you are who you hang around, right? So because they're around you, they've now absorbed some of your energy. So they start thinking that they are the king or they are the queen or they are the highest in the room. When they strategically planned to get close to you to get the same type of king, queen treatment that you get. Then they resent you for it. Then they try and minimize you. You may find that this person nitpicks at you. You know, they complain. They may also criticize you all the time. They don't give out compliments easily. And if they do, I don't really think they do. It's through gritted teeth. Or they withhold back on compliments as a means to punish you for just being great. So this person's toxic. And a lot of people, like I said in the video yesterday, a lot of people don't really like this person. A lot of people don't really like, and if people do like this person or people talk to this person, it's only because of their association with you. Because people see you in a highlight. You see how we've got the bright yellow light there? People are shocked that you're aligning with this type of person. You know, people, unfortunately, they are judging the dynamics. They're thinking like, why are you hanging around with this type of person for? Because you are the one with the vibes. You know, yellow represents the solar plexus. You know, you have heavyweight solar plexus energy. I'm looking at a candle in my room right now. It says, you are my sunshine. You are the sun. You bring the vibes. You're very high vibrational. You are good energy. You are positive energy. You lift the vibes in the room. You shift the dynamics in the room. If the room is stagnant and dull, you just bring that energy, that positivity, that playfulness, you know. And this person knows it. And they see you as the King of Pentacles. For my masculines or for my feminines, right? They see you as very self-sufficient. They see you as very abundant, someone that's loyal. You are the full package, mate. And they won't tell you that, though. They will not tell you that. They will hold back on compliments with the Four of Pentacles. Even though it says the Four of Pentacles, she's got 3 pentacles there. I'm still struggling to find the 4th one. But they will hold back on compliments. And then they will resent you for being magnetic and resent you for people liking you. Whether that's same gender or opposite, especially opposite gender. If this is a feminine that is attracted to you and you're a male listening to this. Or if you are a female and, you know, you date, you know, males, etc. Or even if you are a female, you date other females. This person will resent you for people finding you attractive. Or people just wanted to be your friend. You know, and this individual, I feel, despite the fact that they, you know, sometimes you may feel like, is this person angry with me? Like, and you may have found yourself trying to people please this individual. Like, you felt like you had to walk on eggshells or whatever the case is. And the thing is, their behavior doesn't match how they truly feel, because how they truly feel is very possessive of you, very obsessed with you, because they're always texting you, they're always calling you, because you're constantly on their mind. And they do have deep feelings for you, feelings of love, and they cherish the times that you spend together. Again, because they just want to conceal your energy for themselves. And they fear, part of their fear is because you're so magnetic, you're very driven, you're hard work, you're a great catch. You are a great catch. You're a big deal, my darling. And they know it, right? You're ambitious, you're hardworking, you know, you are someone that a lot of people will look at and say, yeah, that's husband material right there. That's wifey material. You're loyal, you're dependable, you're practical, you're intelligent. So there's a lot of things you got, and you're handsome or beautiful, right? And your energy does the talking. You don't rely on your looks. You don't talk about how much money you got from how much money you don't have. Like, your energy and the way that you carry yourself with so much conviction is very appealing to all genders, right? And this person knows it and they want to conceal it for themselves. I'm also picking up for some of you that some people want to humble you because they see you as someone that's extremely beautiful. Look how gorgeous this woman is. Extremely beautiful. And I'm hearing there's something about your hair, you know, because this is the Queen of Wands, right? And the Queen of Wands is, you know, Leo. I know some tarot readers say Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. I feel when I do readings that the Queen of Wands represents Leo energy. Because in the original Rider-Waite Tarot, the Queen of Wands is sitting on a throne, and Leos are known to be the king and queens of the zodiac, as well as there being like lions there in the background, and Leos are known to obviously be associated with the animal that is the lion. So when you think of a lion, you think of the mane, right? Obviously there's other things like the teeth and all that, but we're not talking about scary stuff here. We're talking about like the beautiful aspects of a lion, like their mane. They're very proud of their mane, right? So your hair could be a factor. Like, your hair is something that people find beautiful. You know, your face card is on point, and you may not even wear a lot of makeup, and you could always have beautiful hairstyles that accentuate your beauty. Whether you are a masculine or a feminine, you just have that regal presence. You're very self-assured, even if you're reserved, even if you're shy. You know, you're very playful, you're charismatic, but you're very striking. And some people, they feel very threatened by this, and they just feel like you have too much going on for you. You know, I was thinking about Spice's song. I remember she was saying that when God was giving out the good looks, she was in the front of the line. And Spice is a hottie, right? And you could have that type of energy whereby you just intimidate people, because Spice intimidate people. She don't do nothing to no one, and they're coming for Spice. And she's got a heart of gold, right? One thing with Leos, right? I'm not saying because I'm a Leo, because I'm a Leo, right? I got the same birthday as Spice as well. And my grandma had the same birthday as me. But one thing, I can't really speak for my grandma, my step grandma, but one thing with Leos that I know, and even I can speak for myself, right, is they are very, very caring. They love family. And when they love deep. Leos love deep. Everyone just feels like, oh, Leos are so egocentric. Trust me, when you get a Leo that's in love, they are normally very loyal. Leos are loyal. Sometimes loyal to a fault. Leos might even be the most loyal star sign. I don't know. It's up for discussion in the comments, guys. But when a Leo's in love, they are in love, right? And if a Leo is not in a relationship, they I feel like their lesson is to then love themselves the same way that they love others. Because I remember when my partner passed away, and I was saying to one of my sisters, Nikki K, you may want to go and check out her channel, Beyond Astro K. She talks about transits, etc. I'll leave the link in the description box below. But I remember saying to her when I was talking about my ex-fiance, I was like, I've got all this love and I don't know what to do with it. It's like I've got all this love and I don't know where to, you know, obviously I love my children and I pour into my children. I have done so since I had them, but I'm talking about like in regards to romantic love. But then it dawned on me as the months have progressed that all that love that I poured into him, I just poured that into myself.